counterparts today as soon as possible.
Siobhan, thanks very much indeed. Well, Dr. Sojin Lim is a reader in Asia-Pacific Studies at the University of Central Lancashire and an expert on both Koreas. Thank you very much for coming on the programme. It's a bit odd, isn't it, that the US, with almost 29,000 troops based in South Korea, providing these security guarantees, the close friendship, apparently, as we just heard from Siobhan, between both Presidents Biden and Yoon, that they had no idea that he
keep bringing up the 29,000 troops. They brought it up like 8 times.
He was going to do this.
Oh, I think no one would have had this, the idea that he's going to do this, even in South Korea. And also the presidential office was very quiet. And the President Yoon didn't even inform the head of the National Assembly. So he, as the previous the interviewee mentioned, that himself from the background in law, but totally ignored the process and the procedure against the law. So this was really came out of blue, and that tells us that he was really in the place, the position that needed to find the radical route, and this was really miscalculated in a way.
Last I checked, it was English language, not American. Yeah, and we still dominate, y'all. It's crazy. Imagine inventing the language and then still fucking up how to speak it. Pentagon. Yeah, you should. The British should be thanking us every day of the fucking week for actually making this goddamn language understandable and decipherable. Pentagon. Pentagon. I can't talk shit about aluminium because that's how you're supposed to say it in the rest of the world. Aluminum doesn't make a lot of sense. That's the one thing where they're not wrong. Top of the hour ad break. Pentagon. There is no more top of the hour ad break. I quit that. I quit my old ways of running 3-minute ad breaks at the top of the hour. You can still subscribe, though, if you want. For $5 all for free with a Twitch Prime. Well, it's not even 5. I think it's like 7 now, but you can still subscribe to show support to the HasanAbi broadcast. As you all know, rain or shine, we grind. Doesn't matter if I'm on the other side of the planet. I'm in motherfucking Londonistan right now, and I'm still here, baby. Got off the plane after a 9-hour flight. Back to business. Business as usual. I'm crazy like that. It's $4.99 in the UK. It's £5, yeah, in a fucking UK, lads. Never Uber from Heathrow. Wait, what? I have before, but why not? I didn't this time.
What was this then? An extreme example of political impulsivity and frustration?
Yes, so actually, yes, he was frustrated in a way because of the recent scandal with his own wife, the First Lady, and the top level of the politicians in South Korea. It has been a while that the population in South Korea gathered and then protested and then demanded impeachment already. And if we see the statements to the last night in South Korea, the articles, and it clearly shows that he was frustrated with the recent demand by the population and public, and also he was frustrated with the recent conflict between the government and the medical members in the society. So all this tells us that he really wanted to solve out the problem with this martial law, but obviously it doesn't look like it worked out well.
South Korea has a bit of a tradition of locking up its ex-presidents. Do you think that that's where he's going to end up now? In jail?
True.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, Mr. Parasite does know that at least, so that's good. I mean, yeah, this motherfucker's probably going to jail, right? I feel like you can't be a South Korean president and not go to jail. Like, is low key part of the job. If you run for higher office in South Korea, you have to do cheating scandals, and you have to do some corruption, and then they catch you, and then they throw you in jail for like 6 years. But then you're fine. But then you're fine. You can totally come back after that. You can still run a company. If you're sitting on a board, you can run a board and sit on it while you're in prison.
That's true. Actually, I was talking about with my colleagues about that. Now another president will end up in prison. So the only president who didn't end up in prison would be the previous president who negotiated with the previous government. So this is very unfortunate, but it looks like he has no choice, but then will be impeached and then will prison because obviously he violated the law.
So North Korea, of course, just on the other side of the demilitarized zone, is watching this very closely. We know that recently the North Koreans wanted to sever any sort of physical links with South Korea, which alarmed a lot of people that they were thinking of an invasion at some stage and not a unification. What are the repercussions of this for this very explosive peninsula?
So even though there was this conflict escalate,
The Western world's like, all of our enemies are laughing at us, man. Yo, why can't we figure this shit out? China laughing at us. Kim Jong-un laughing at us. They're farting on us, bro. They're out there farting on us. What the hell? The Western world is so funny, especially America, where it's like they've destroyed all of their enemies. Like all of their significant enemies they've destroyed. And this last 3-decade process has just been like running victory laps and letting capitalism thrive so much that it, inevitably heightens the contradictions and makes it untenable, unsustainable. That's it. Our final boss is ourselves. That's it. The amount of damage that we do to ourselves, none of our enemies could do to us.
and that was in narratives, and the Korea Peninsula has been there as a buffer zone between the power game between US and China. And North Korea, we actually didn't think that it will invade the South Korea, but it will more try to negotiate with the US. And now having the President Trump as a new president in the United States, the North Korea wants to provocate more so that it can has the attention, and South Korea had to deal with it. But now the President Yoon expected that the President Trump will be very different from the Biden administration, and that also looked like worked as a.
I'm a one-stater, dude. I'm a one-stater always. We got too many fucking states. Time to smush them together. Put America, Canada, and Mexico into one big state. Okay? Former USSR territory, one big state. No more balkanization. I'm a reverse balkanizer. Yeah. Canada, United States of America, and Mexico make cum. C-U-M. Cum. And the same. No more North Korea, South Korea. No more North Dakota, South Dakota either. Okay? Just Korea. One Korea. Unified. Strong. I'm done. You leave that shit to me, that's what I would do. One state. No more Israel, Palestine, two-state solution. One state. Tighten it up. Okay? Enough. Enough back and forth. Enough fighting. No more fighting. You feel me? My goal is to tie these countries together slowly but surely until they're all just one big state, That's what I want. One world government. That's such a funny thing that Republicans get mad at, or like conspiracy theories get mad at. Like, what do you mean? You want one world government? It's like, bitch, you haven't left your neighborhood. Like, what do you mean? What difference does it make? Multiple world government, one world government. What difference does it make to you? You live in Alabama. You have never left your hometown. What, you think if they're like, there's a lot of options for you out there? You were going to fucking move. If America sucks, you're going to go to a different government. Is that what you're going to do? No. You can't even move to a different state. You think the cities are scary. The fuck difference does it make if there's a one world government or not? You're a fucking peon. Shut up. Oh, I can't believe it. You want to do one world government. You want to institute homosexual socialist order. It's like, yeah, dude, it's really going to change your life. There already is a one world government. It's called capitalism, and you seemingly think it's sweet. Shut the fuck up. You know? Lots of it is rooted in the Christian end times paranoia. I know, but like the end times are low-key kind of here, and these guys don't recognize it. What is this? Britain changed you, bruh? I'm just a little cuckoo right now. You know what I mean? Wait, what did Jank do? I'm a little bit like that. Because I'm a little delirious from a lack of sleep. I'm a little max left right now. I'm feeling maximum left, baby. What a day. I'm feeling max left.
Factor that frustrated Yoon Suk-yeol because he may need to change his direction completely differently from what he has imposed at the moment.
Right. In one word, is South Korean democracy safe tonight, yes or no?
South Korean democracy, we are still developing, I think.
Okay.
And as a person who has lived outside
Fair.
of Korea, I think
That's fair of her to say. I think South Korea has a long way to go. And so does America, by the way. Don't let any dumb fucking Amerifat ever tell you that that is not the case. Okay? Americans love to think like, oh, dude, we got this shit locked down. Okay? Our shit is so sweet. Oh, we're a champion of democracy. It's like, oh yeah, dude? Oh yeah? How about them abortion rights in like half the fucking country? Champion of democracy. We're a shining beacon of morality and democracy. No, man, our shit sucks, okay? So this isn't me just saying that about like South Korea and being like, oh, those guys over there, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't have democracy like us. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying we don't have that shit either, okay? Bernie says he's pro-annexing Canada. Trump has suggested Canada become the 51st state in our union. Does that mean, well, we already have a 51st state? Israel's like, whoa, chill. Chill. Israel's about to be like, haven't you forgot about little old me? I feel like there's someone you're forgetting about. Okay, Canada will be the 52nd state. Also, fuck it. Merge the Dakotas. Merge the Dakotas and the Carolinas, man. I'm so serious about this. The Carolinas will be united once again. No more neighbor on neighbor violence, dude. What's up with Virginia too? Why is there two of them? I don't even want one. How about no Virginia? Call us something different. And you got Kansas and Arkansas. Fuck it. That's one state too. That's right. I have a bold and radical agenda. Germany and Austria. Okay, chill. Someone else tried to do that. And he had a lot of he had a lot of bad ideas. Okay, we're not saying no. Those two can remain separate. Okay. How else will the Austrians say that they were uninvolved? Fuck it, throw Missouri in the pile too. Why the fuck does that exist? We don't even need one Dakota, and here we are with 2 Dakotas. 2 whole Dakotas. That's crazy. That's crazy. Can we get rid of Indiana? Okay. All the Ohio and Iowa boys are chirping. This is some typical Midwestern nonsense right here. Oh, fuck it. Hey, now you're talking about merging states. How about we just nuke Indiana? Like, I'm sorry that you have like long-standing college football hatred, okay? You can't just sneak that in there. Anyway, does that mean we can adopt a healthcare system and guarantee healthcare to all, lower the cost of prescription drugs, and spend 50% less per capita on healthcare? I'm all for it. He said, let's annex Canada. As long as dude, that's a ride or die man right there. That's max left. That's when you want healthcare for all so bad that you're willing to annex Canada for it. Merge the Washingtons too. I feel like that would be logistically too difficult. Like, I get the energy. Like, why are there 2 Washingtons? Like, that gets real confusing for a lot of people, you know? But I feel like they're too far away from one another to be able to successfully merge them.
Is seeing the kind of catalytic moment, so that there will be a further development, and the population will realize that we can achieve that in a way that in this moment.
A work in progress. Now, but Seo-Jin Lim, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Okay, let's bring you an update on our top news story tonight. South Korea's president says he will move to lift the martial law declaration he imposed just a few hours ago after Parliament voted against the measure. Yoon Suk-yeol says the martial law command forces have now withdrawn, and a cabinet meeting.
Pussy, bro, you ain't a real wife guy, okay? I take it back. This motherfucker's not a real one, dude. 2 hours, and immediately they were like, "No, stand down, sir. Stand down. Where is the decorum?" We were able to reach the perfect number of parliamentary votes to tell you that you must stand down. He was like, "Ugh, I guess." Like, why did you do this to begin with? What the fuck was he thinking? I actually don't understand what he was thinking. Like, if you were going to get owned by quorum, then you just never had your heart in it at all. Like, you had no investment. You had no investment in this. You cannot, like, I feel like he didn't even get his party on board. He didn't get the military on board. You know what I mean? He didn't get nobody on board. He was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this, like, on a whim. Wouldn't it be funny? He's like, wouldn't it be funny if I just did this? Just a light dictatorship. I guess the point is, the important lesson to learn here is, if your heart is not in it, you shouldn't go with it, you know? If you're going to be bold, you have to abide by the live Moss lifestyle, you know? You can't just half measure it. You can't be like, oh, just Let's do a little bit. Let's do a little bit of a coup, like a baby coup. As a matter of fact, martial law is supposed to come after a failed coup. That's what you're supposed to do. Let me tell you, you're supposed to, like, if I'm the KCIA, the Korean CIA, okay? If I'm this guy, I'm going to the KCIA. And I'm doing this, like, you know, I'm finding, like, I don't know, like a trade unionist group or something. I'm infiltrating it. And then, you know, I'm doing like a light terror attack, right? Like a self-inflicted wound. And then I'm using the panic and disorder caused by that to then implement martial law in order to defend the sanctity of the Korean institutions and the Korean democracy. You can't just fucking randomly be like, oh, you guys wanted to come after my wife. Well, let me tell you, you've upset the wrong wife guy today. It's martial law time. Like, you can't do that. You have to have, like, some kind of fucking false flag operation to justify martial law to centralize power like this. Really, really fucking dumb. Really dumb move from this guy. Will these events cause the Korean proletariat to embrace Jusha and do revolutionary action to reunify under Supreme Leader Jong-un, even though the martial law has been lifted? Yeah, I doubt it.
Will be held as soon as possible.
President-elect Trump says there'd be...
All right, we're not done with the Korean story. Are you giving him tips? Yeah. So, the Korean Confederation of Trade Unions will begin an indefinite general strike tomorrow, demanding his immediate resignation. So now they're going to punish him. The Korean Confederation of Trade Unions said, emergency Central Executive Committee meeting just ended. The KCTU will hold a Central Executive Committee press conference at 8 on December 4th. And beginning with this, will commence an indefinite general strike until Yoon Suk-yeol regime steps down. KCTU members will stop work in accordance with the general strike directive and carry out nationwide emergency strike. Like, you can't be disrupting Samsung, dude. You can't. You fucked up. President Yoon, you fucked up. If I can't get my new Samsung super slim LED 4K Ultra HD TV in time for American Christmas shopping, it's over for you. They're going to hang this man. Members in the capital region shall gather at Seoul. I don't know how to say that word. Gongwamun Square at 9 on December 4th. Someone said, I hope Faker is fine. I think he's all right, man. They don't make South Korean dictators like they used to, man. Yeah, I know. By the way, I do want to tell you guys something very sincere. Skara is the first person I DM'd when I found out this was happening. And that's not even a joke. Okay? Immediately I was like, Skara, wake up. I DM'd him. I said, Skara, wake up. Do you know what's happening in Korea right now? I was worried for my man. Make no mistake. Okay. Offline TV flies to Japan. Shinzo Abe gets assassinated. Offline TV flies to Korea. President Yoon decides to do a fucking martial law. Why the fuck? What is going on, dude? Is offline TV a State Department asset? What is happening? How come anywhere they go, there's always mass chaos and political disorder? I'm just saying, it's weird that it's happened twice now. Offline TV about to do a Philippines trip. Watch this space. Actually, I don't know if they are, but yeah, look. November 29th, state asset Lily Pichu enters the boundaries of the Korean state. Okay? You ain't slick. You ain't slick. She posts in Korea, 4:58 p.m., November 29th, 2024. December 3rd, 2024, a week later. A week later, the state assets have successfully activated President Yoon to institute martial law. Don't let him go to China. I know. Terrifying stuff. Where's that thread? But yeah, he declared martial law. First declaration of martial law since 1979, which was followed by Guanlu uprising in the following year. President Yoon ordered a complete shutdown of the National Assembly, but he failed to do so. Opposition Democratic Party urgently summoned its members of the National Assembly. The speaker was headed to the National Assembly building. It was closed off by the police. They still went in. The ruling party also called for his representatives for an emergency caucus, and its leader criticizing the declaration of martial law as inappropriate. President Yoon Suk-yeol of South Korea declared martial law in the emergency briefing. Yoon said it was made to prevent the anti-state forces, specifically citing the opposition party and its followers as pro-North Korean leftist groups. Under the Constitution of the Republic of Korea, the president has the authority to declare martial law and prescribe its scope, rights, procedures, and duties of martial law commander through the Martial Law Act. First martial law was declared on October 21st, 1948. It was following the Yosu Sunshan incident. Since then, it has been misused as a means to seize and maintain power by dictatorial regimes. There were 12 emergency martial law declarations from 1948 to 1979, all under the dictatorship. Today, Yoon declared the country's 13th. According to the martial law decree, all political activities are strictly prohibited and media and publications will be controlled. Okay. However, the Korean population had a very different attitude about it. And they immediately took to the fucking streets. And they went to the parliament. First, all the opposition parties were able to sneak into the parliament with enough numbers to actually get the sufficient number of seats. Then they voted against it. They voted to, stop the martial law. The National Assembly passed the resolution request to lift the martial law with a unanimous approval from all 190 registered members. Although the National Assembly passed the resolution demanding the lifting of martial law, the presidential office maintained its silence. They were restricting press access. When the National Assembly demands lifting the martial law with the approval of a majority of his attending members, the president must lift it immediately. However, the situation became problematic since the presidential office was silent. Democratic Party revealed military planned to arrest Assembly Speaker and party leaders under martial law, reviewing possible insurrection charges. But the martial law was lifted and President Yoon backed down. Now, what do you do after this? Do you say bygones be bygones? Do you just say, my bad? Do you just say, I'm a silly goof? I was just goofing. Chill. It's just memes, bro. In order to fully understand this, we have to go back to 720 AD. We have to go back to Neo-Confucianism, the Korean method of Confucianism that had a more rigorous approach to the hierarchical structure of Confucianism.